Hey everybody, Mason Taylor here. I'm here to bring a real favorite recipe of mine. It's called Jing is Dandy. So if you love a nice bitter tonic like a coffee, but you want to have a little bit of a break sometimes from that extreme stimulant that is coffee and actually bring in herbs and substances that are going to replenish the Jing essence of the kidneys, then this recipe is going to be right up your alley. Jing is Dandy. So first thing I got to do is make sure that I've got my dandelion tea brewing. So I've got a Bonvit roasted dandy, so it's roasted dandelion and chicory root, and that's going to bring that bitterness at the same time, bring some beautiful liver medicine into our body. And so this is a great coffee replacement just alone. So I'm going to go 2 teaspoons because I want it strong. So I'm just going to pop it in my little teapot, and I'm going to put my boiling water in and just let that brew for just a couple of minutes while I do everything else. There we go, looking good, looking good. All right, perfecto. Now, that alone is going to bring majority of that coffee flavor and that bitterness to our elixir. So what I'm doing is I'm just steeping that roasted dandelion and chicory here, and that's going to bring an infusion to that water, and that's going to be our tea base. Next, I'm going to have to start loading this Omni blend with the good stuff. So, Jing. So that's the blend many of you are familiar with. If you're new to Jing herbs, this is our blend of 6 tonic herbs. It's got big doses of Hishu Wu, which is a root, Eucommia bark, which is obviously a bark. Then we've got the medicinal mushroom within the blend, cordyceps. And then we've got supporting doses of morinda root, that's noni tree root, Rehmannia, another beautiful root. You can see a theme. There's a lot of root energy here within these tonic herbs. And then we've got our dendrobium stem, which is an orchid. And so it's a well-balanced yin and yang. This is designed to be your herbal element within your lifestyle and your culture, your food culture, pouring the essence back into your kidneys and adrenals. Because what happens if we're burning the candle at both ends in life, we start actually losing that essence. And that Jing energy, in which it's called in Taoist herbalism, is the essence that allows us to have a nice healthy libido, be fertile, be able to reproduce cells, be able to reproduce bone. The kidneys govern the bones, ensure that we have nice strong bones when we have kidney essence and Jing within our kidneys. That Jing energy also has a lot to do with the marrow, governing the brain and brain function, and also the production of hormones, good healthy sex hormones. So if you are burning it at both ends, if you find yourself relying too heavily on stimulants like coffee, sometimes it's good to have a little break. These herbs aren't stimulants, but they bring that essence to the organs, to the glands, that whole kidney function, so that you can produce your own energy, your own stamina and power within your body. And this is a very effective blend. I'm going to go put a good teaspoon in there. Good thing about Jing herbs and this Jing blend is it tastes awesome. It tastes so good. You will see that. Okay, that's like just smelling it alone. It goes really well if you're doing like a coffee replacement. Jing is the perfect blend for it. Now next, I'm going to put a little pinch of sea salt just to help balance out the tonic flavor-wise. Kidneys love saltiness as well. And then of course, I'm creating a hot tonic elixir here. So I need a fat to buffer all those herbs, make it a real nice and beautifully fatty, so that all those alkaloids aren't hitting the nervous system too fast. Just gently releases them. Also great for brain function, as we know. Great having something like coconut oil, a saturated fat, to help our body produce hormones, produce sex hormones. So I got a good teaspoon in there. I'm going to whack that in there. I might go a little bit more. I like it fatty. All right, and that's going to make sure that it really creams it up as well. Nice to have a nice creamy tonic elixir. So I've just got a good, probably a teaspoon and a half maybe 2 teaspoons of coconut oil. Again, I'm kind of a mad scientist. You can check out the recipe page. We'll have we'll have the recipe jotted down there, but feel free to make it your own. Okay, at this point, we've had a couple of minutes of our dandy tea brewing. So I'm gonna put about 200, maybe 250 mils in there. You can smell it already. It's so beautiful. What a good brew. Yeah, that's smelling magic. Now, if you don't have a blender, feel free to just pop this in a cup. You can give it a little stir. You can put it in the saucer and just put that on on low heat and stir that all together. But I've got my Omni blend here, so I'm going to go with that. That's going on, and then I'm just going to give that a little blend. There we go. Beautiful. You don't have to be afraid to blend those Jing herbs. They're not heat sensitive, and it almost enhances. If you blend for a good 30 seconds, feel free to try it at 60 seconds. It kind of cooks the whole elixir together, makes it really complete and holistic. Here we go. Gosh, it's smelling good. Pop into my beautiful little mug here. It's really nice and creamy. That's what we want. You can see it's like a bit frothy at the top there. Now, I didn't add any sweetener in there, you might have noticed. I wanted this kind of like a coffee. But by all means, if it's a little bit bitter for you, feel free. If you want to keep it sugar-free, add a bit of stevia in there. Maybe you want to add a little bit of maple. Absolutely go for that. But I wanted a nice bitter brew. Let's go for it. It's really delicious and creamy. And that dandy and chicory is bringing like a lot of bitterness. I'm glad I could even go stronger with it. I just love that flavor, that deep earthy flavor. And the Jing herbs taste absolutely incredible. And I'll drink that ideally with my 2 feet on the earth, getting nice and grounded, allow my nervous system to calm so I can drink and feel those Jing herbs pouring that Jing essence back into my kidneys so I can get my cortisol levels balanced and I can start generating true energetic potential within my body. Cheers, guys. Jing is dandy.